Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Matt from RC Overload. Welcome back. Those sirens are kind of annoying. I'm gonna restart that. I gotta wait for the sirens to go away. Cool! I think they're gone now. Alright. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Matt from RC Overload. Welcome back. Today I got something cool to show you guys. It's something actually I just discovered. You guys may already know about it, but I'm going to show you guys two simple things to help improve the overall steering, control, and responsiveness of your Axial SCX10. Like I said, some of you guys may already know this. You may have better ideas, but this is what I've come up with my Jeep, and I think this may help out a lot of people. So what I've got here is already, my entire front end on this Jeep is pretty much already been upgraded. Now I have the Axial solid link kit in the steering and in the 4-link suspension for front and rear. I have a Savox waterproof steering servo that I believe produces about 208 ounces of torque. So it's a pretty good setup. But there was one thing I was definitely noticing with this Jeep is that it just still felt a little loose. The steering just wasn't tight. It wasn't as responsive as I wanted it to be. So what I've actually discovered and I've come up with is, as you guys know, in all of these little pivot balls in here, if you guys can see, there's a little black plastic pivot balls. If it'll, trying to get it so it'll focus. Well, you guys know what I'm talking about here. It's the little pivot balls. Well, I have discovered that the 1/10 Revo 3.3 that I have, the metal balls that I got for that, I had some extras, actually fit the pivot joints in this. Surprisingly enough. And my biggest problem in this Jeep was the plastic pivot balls. They were worn out, so they had a little extra play in them. To show you guys what I mean, I'm going to bring this up nice and close. Hold on. Okay guys, so here's a nice close-up view of the Axial SCX10. And as you can see, here are the solid links. Now inside of the pivot balls that are located here, and then same on the other side, I now have metal ones in there. So the metal ones are less likely to wear out, and they're going to add a little more strength and integrity to the steering. So now the only play that I really have is actually from the tire itself moving. I do have a little play inside my bearings for the axle, but I'm not concerned about that. This now whole setup, there is no more movement back and forth in any of these rods if I'm trying to go back and forth. So the metal balls certainly add some strength to it and should help when it's crawling over those obstacles. But the other thing that I wanted to show you guys today was, if you take a close look, and I'm going to try to zoom in on this, so bear with me. You guys see the setup here, okay? I have my control arm, my hub here that comes out to the rods. Well, the way that this is set up is I have the screw coming in from the bottom going up to the nut right there that you guys can see at the top. Whereas before, this was actually reversed. So what it is instead of having this nut on the top, you actually had it on the bottom. And I also added in a little spacer right underneath this nut, a very tiny one that actually comes with the link kit. Without that spacer and that nut being on the bottom, what it actually was doing was leaving a little bit of a gap, about that much, of the actual screw sticking down, which could actually cause you to get hung up in this corner here on a rock or something and potentially either break it, bend it, or just cause you to get hung up. So I've reversed the entire procedure and put the screw in from the bottom, and put the nut on the top. And not only will this allow me more room, but it works perfectly in every direction. Alright, so there you guys go. That's my 2 quick little tips to help improve the overall steering on your Axial SCX10. Yes, you can, if you do find those balls, the pivot balls, joints, whatever you want to call them, you can put them into the rest of your Axial SCX10. And what I mean by that is all of the control arms that you see. Each one of those takes one of those plastic balls, and you can swap them out for the metal ones. Now, there may be other metal ones specifically designed for the Axial SCX10. I have not looked. It was just one of those I kind of came across as, I was installing the rock rails from Warrior Armor, because I had to take them off anyways where the transmission mount is. So I discovered that and figured I'd show you guys. Hopefully you guys liked it, enjoyed, and maybe it gave you guys some ideas to work with. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. See you guys later. With this Jeep is that it just still felt a little loose. The steering just wasn't tight. It wasn't